Congregation Emmanuel. We're so excited for this afternoon of Klezmer. So I just wanted to ask you to silence or turn off your cell phones so they don't interrupt our music. And just wanted you to know also we have a really special reception right after the class that is sponsored by Kenny and Ziggy's in our Oshman multipurpose room. So we hope you'll join us for that. And then our concert of sort of the coming together of all of the learning that's about to happen will be at 4 o'clock. So we hope you'll stay for all of it. It should be really special. And so I'm going to turn it over to Hankus and Eden. You can read more about them on your program. And of course, thank you to all our donors, and enjoy.
Thank you so much, and welcome. So we need all the musicians in place. So I'll just say what we're going to do in the next hour and 15 minutes is we're going to increase the number of people playing for you this afternoon by 5. So, because we perform a lot as a duo, Eden and I. Eden is from Houston, by the way, and Eden went to the Shepherd School for graduate school, and so what we're going to do is we're going to turn this into a klezmer band by teaching them a few tunes, and then also, once they kind of have the technique down of what they do, we're going to bring them into a bunch of other tunes that we're going to do this afternoon with some actual written music. So first we're going to do a workshop. I will say that I am a 4th generation klezmer. So a klezmer is a professional Eastern European party musician, basically. And my family came from Kishinev in Moldova, where they did this on my father's side from Klezmer, which is in southern Ukraine. And I know that repertoire. And actually, that repertoire from Kishinev and Klezmer became the repertoire of Philadelphia, where I grew up. So different cities in the States had different traditions of klezmer depending on where the musicians came from. So some of what we're teaching today, actually both of the tunes we're going to teach right at the beginning here are coming from the Philadelphia repertoire. Yes. Go. Shall we just say like go Eagles go? Go Eagles go? Okay, there we go. Okay, fine. Eagles, not Eagles. Okay. Nobody knows that for some reason. Okay, so we're going to start out with something called the Kishinev Bulgar, because, as I said, my family came from Kishinev. And it's just a tune with 2 sections, and we're going to try to teach it by singing it. And it's really nice, for the Philadelphians, you're going to appreciate this, because it's a tune you could also use at the mummers' parade.
So, I just want to make sure that we hang on to our proper mic, so that's...
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you, Eden. Okay, so here we go.
Hi. All right, here
so,
we go.
Eden, you can say a word.
A word. Welcome, everybody. It's always such an honor to be back here in Houston, where I grew up, sharing music with everybody here, and I'm just thrilled to get to do this workshop with the Shepherd School students. It feels a little strangely formal up here for a workshop at the moment, so we might, circle up. But we're going to start by singing, and we'd love for you all to participate in that as well. Do you want to play the tune one time, or just sing it? Should we just sing it?
We're just going to sing.
Okay, go for it. You want to?
Okay, I'm going to have to say something, one thing. Okay, so one thing about Jewish music, in general, actually, it's also true of synagogue music, but a lot of people have forgotten. There's a gesture that everything in Jewish music has. And I like your version of it. There's another version, which is this, which is like a steak geschnitten in Talmud, or you're dancing, or you're playing music. And in other words, the most important thing is that we don't hit the downbeat, we nudge the downbeat. So let's get the right key. Yeah, we're right here. About 20 seconds while they talk amongst themselves because they don't have instruments, and you guys get your instruments and figure out that tune. Okay?
Yes, come around. We're in the QD. Are you still learning by Okay, well, we don't have those at the moment, but we probably will. Let's do it. So, first part.
So while they all figure that out, I just want to ask you, does this sort of sound like something? Or like, Yismechu Hashemayim V'al Haaretz, for example. What is that? What am I doing? What am I doing? I think she knows. Right? What is that? Anybody ever been to synagogue? No. What is it? What, yes? Well, I'm not. I'm singing actually the, yes, what is it? Oh yeah, we're going to play a share for you. I got to hear what they played for it then. That's very interesting. Okay, anyone recognize that kind of tune? Yismechu Hashemayim V'al Haaretz, and then they go ba-da-da-da-ya-da-da-da-da. What is that? Anybody? What did you say? Okay, the answer is Kabbalat Shabbat. Okay, so the beginning of the Kabbalat Shabbat service, in fact, we go to Romania for that. Okay, that is Romanian music. Everything I'm singing is because, in fact, Romania was a place where Jews were happy, as in the song, Romania, 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 or Yismechu Hashemayim V'al Haaretz. So that's actually nice to know because that's just like what they play in Romania. And that whole Kabbalat Shabbat service is, until it gets obviously to the thing before L'cha Dodi, is just in that melody. So this is Romanian Romanian melody, and the Klezmorim did the same thing that they did in the synagogue. So let's hear where we are with this tune. Okay, 1, 2, 1. Okay, 1. Okay. Okay, stop. Okay, so there's a very special thing you do that goes with what I was doing with this gesture on the drums, because what you're playing is what we call a polka. So that's not what this is. So, or like a Tex-Mex thing, you know, we're in Houston, so that's good. But it's a very specific beat, and on the bass drum, the beat is like this. Can you do that for me? Yeah, do it. Okay. So actually, that's going to end up not being it so much. Sure. Just do the bass drum. Just do the bass drum.
Sure.
Okay, just give me that. Give me that. That's going to help a lot.
Because the whole point of this music is to get people to move, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to get people to want, yeah, that's great.
Now let me show you one other thing. You can, in order to nudge that first beat, right? Because the first beat is where we go up like that. Boom, boom. You can do that too. You know, digga-digga-dum, bum, 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 bum. And on the snare drum, you basically would be kind of playing around it. But that's too loud, so we'll do the bass drum.
Sure.
Okay, so here we go. So give me that with that beat. Now the piano players, what do you got in your left hand there? That's nice. Okay, so basically the piano will be divided like this. So this is going to be, now you're going to play the melody up here. Right, and you can do it in octaves, that's beautiful. But we got one person here who's going to be like, okay, I mean, I do it. I'll show you one other technique. If you are a piano player, you can kind of go for the sort of more, and drag your fifth finger and smush it.
Okay.
If you want, but your finger might come off, so whatever. So, I mean, if you want to be, you know, just normal, then you go. You can also do that, but give me that beat, because again, the most important thing is that we get people up, right? As soon as you hear that, you have to dance, you see, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to make anyone dance, but if people start dancing, it'll be okay. Here we go. One. Oh, fiddles, yeah.
The great thing about folk music in general is that there's not this kind of separation between melody and rhythm. Everybody has to know the melody. Everybody has to feel the rhythm, right? Because otherwise it's just not going to work, right? Sorry, I'm not using it.
You want mine?
I'll take this mic. Yeah, so everybody has to know the melody. Everybody has to be playing rhythm in order for this to work. And if you're trying to get people to dance, right? No matter what kind of dance music you're playing, everybody has to know that. So the great thing in klezmer music is there's a very old tradition of string players acting as rhythm players as well as melody players. So if there might traditionally be a bass in this band, and the bass would sound kind of like a barking dog almost. It'd be like rah, 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 rah. Like really, the rhythm more important even than the pitch, you know. But the fiddle, if there are multiple fiddle players, there might be one person playing melody, or there might be one playing seconda or backup, right? And many people playing backup. And so let's just learn some of the rhythm stuff that you might, as a traditional, as a Western classical melody player, you might be called upon to do. And this is also useful if you're playing, you know, quartets. You'll notice they're sort of structured this way too, right? There's a melody player and there's people playing rhythm. So here we go. All right. So fiddle might be going that's just the most basic backup. Or you might be.
You've got the D string, so put put on the G string, use the A, and on the D string, just leave it, or just leave it as D.
Or you could just do this.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So, just put your first finger down on the G string. There you go.
Amazing, okay.
You can use your A string.
So yeah, so klezmorim, you know, sometimes they would have to play at the top of a mountain or something, right? Because there's a lot of mountains in Eastern Europe. And, you know, you might be like an accordion player, but you're like, I'm not carrying that up the mountain. So all of a sudden you're a fiddle player. And you do that.
So let's all try playing rhythm together, just for a minute. Just groove in on a D.
Yeah. Bump, 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 bump. Try that out. Sorry. Okay, here we go. Here we go. So this octave's better, I'm saying. But make it like this. So these are long. No, these are very short. So it's like accent on one. And stays on D. You can go just to A. You can just do that. Okay, here we go. All right. 1, 2. Hi da 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 da. Hi da 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 da. Ha da da da. Hi da da. Hi da 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 da. Hi da da. Da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Hi da 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 da. Hi da 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 da. Hi da da. Ya da da. Hi da 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 da. Okay. And you want to try? Yeah, they're getting there. They're getting there. You want to try the snare drums and jump? Can you play it real quiet? Jump. Yeah, that's going to be even better. Jump. Jump.
What? Do you want a cloth for it or something?
Oh, no, it's okay.
He's got cloths. He's got cloths. Yeah, and they already have it muted a little. So that was beautiful, actually. That was a great volume level. Yeah, twigs are good. Whatever. Okay, so let's try that again. So the main thing is that everybody has to kind of look at each other because there's not a conductor. So basically, the melodies come in, you know, you're getting your rhythm based on what the melody's doing. Ha-da-da-da-da-da, ha-da-da-da-da-da. That's how it's working. But yeah, so let's try it. Here we go with the snare instead. Okay. Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2. There. That sounds better. A lot. Now, this music in, you know, what musicians call this music is D. Because basically it has one chord. So that makes it very easy. So musicians are always like, if they don't know the genre, they're always trying to like throw in a lot of other chords because they know a lot of other chords. It's like, it doesn't sound good. Just, you just stay on the D. On this song, you have a D, you have an A, maybe a G. That's all. But your main job is rhythm. Because every instrument is a drum in this music, right? Because you're playing for dancing, so everybody's got to play percussively. So it's very different than, you know, if you're playing Western classical music, where a lot of times the instrument is not a drum. Although, it's usually better if it is. So let's try that one more time, and then I'll teach you the second part, and then we'll move to another song.
Should we just go stand over by the piano? I feel like we're really isolated.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Yeah, sure. So now the real way that klezmers start is, in fact, not by counting off, ever. The real way a klezmer would start would be like the Kapellmeister, who is Eden, would lay down the beat on the fiddle, or the clarinet player would do that if they're in charge. So they would be like, yeah. Yeah, and you can join. Here we go. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Stay on the D. I-da-D. D. 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 No. D. Now A. There we go. Now A, D. That's all we got. Da, 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 da. So I usually go like this. There's the D. Now we go up to A. D. Okay. Second section coming up. Yes, it's like Follow the Bouncing Ball. Do you remember that show? Do you remember that show? Okay. I just want to say, I don't think he would remember that show somehow, but look it up, Follow the Bouncing Ball. It was part of Sing Along with Mitch, which I don't know if, whatever. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with children these days that they don't know about Sing Along with Mitch. But okay, so the next section goes like this. So again, we're in our, I would say, Kabbalah Shabbos liturgy, and it goes, ya na na, ya na na, ya na na, ya na. Let's try that. Ya na na, ya na na, ya na na, ya na. Yeah, you guys do that with me? Ya na na, ya na na, ya na na, ya na. Now these that I'm doing, this is called like a krechs. We call that a sob or a groan. Everybody do that. Okay, that's like the sound of Eastern European music or complaining, right? So, right? Let's try that whole line. Now this is the cool part. Okay? Yeah, na 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 ni na ni na na. Let's do the whole line. Hey na na ya na na ya na na ya na ya na 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 na. Hey na 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 ya na 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 na. Take a second, figure those notes out. Okay. Yeah. Where we teach, Eden and I teach, we do everything this way. The students we don't give them music till after the class, which is interesting. I mean, we as we say in the musical I wrote called Shlemiel the First, we put the horse behind the cart. Yeah, good. Now you'll notice there's a scale involved here, right? So this is the Romanian sound here. And then it ends up being Western at the end there. Just like all the Kabbalat Shabbat prayers. Okay. Okay, that was nice. Let's try that again then. Now, I want to say one other thing, which is, in that area, in the southern part of what we call the Jewish Pale of Settlement, most people were Hasidim. So Most of us had Hasidic background. My family was Hasidic. Certainly almost everybody in southern Ukraine was Hasidic. The followers of the Chernobyl dynasty especially. And the way the highest form of prayer was the wordless melody. So if you sing with me, you probably feel differently than you did when we started, because the singing takes you to a different place. The idea is the singing transcends the physical world. When you're singing, you're not even here, although you are here, don't worry. But it really takes you somewhere else. So the happiness of the melody is going to kind of make you feel happy. Nice trick, right? Okay, so let's try that again. Hi-na-na, 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 hi-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, hi-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, hi-na-na-ya-ya-ya-ya-ya-ya-ya. And you'll notice that one of the reasons that you feel happy is that there were no rests. So you're hyperventilating a little bit. It's really true. You kind of get a little lightheaded, and then you feel happy. But holding those notes out really makes you feel different, you know? So let's try that again. Yeah, na, na. So let's try with the band. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, na, na, yeah, na, na, yeah, na, na, yeah, na. Yeah, na, 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 na. That's beautiful. And the chords are D. That's it. Okay. Here we go. So let's try that. And all you have to do, your job is yum dum 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 yum dum bum. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hey, na 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 na, hi na 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 ya 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 ya, hi na 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 ya na da ya da 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 ya da da da. Stop, stop, stop. Okay, they make it very easy for you. Every part of the melody starts on the downbeat. So yeah, and that mistake that I heard is exactly what everybody does. So don't worry about it. But ya-da-da-dee-da. It sounds so wrong, right, that it would start on the downbeat, but it starts on the downbeat. It's really true. So let's play the second part and then go back to the first part. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Oh, okay. All right, there we go. So the music we're doing right now, Jewish music in Eastern Europe is a combination of Eastern European music and Jewish text or a Jewish occasion or something like that. Mostly it's just Eastern European music, but it's the Jewish version. It's kind of like, think of it like gospel music. Like gospel music is like, a lot of it is American church music, but the African-American version of it, you know, if it's black gospel music. And it's the same thing in Eastern Europe. So when I say this, the synagogue music is the same as this party music. So in other words, just like I said, the Kabbalat Shabbat service is really Eastern Europe. It's Romanian music. It's basically based on Romanian music. The tunes are Romanian, but it's got Hebrew words. It's got Jewish prayers going to it. So, and then, you know, they confuse all the cantors. They call it Adonai Malach. You know, it's like, okay, well, that can't be Eastern European, but it is. So then we're going to do another one. You recognize these sounds, you know, and we're going to teach now a Hasidic song. So this is really a Romanian dance, this thing called the Bulgar that we're doing. People also go in a circle, and they do a freilach. So those are two kinds of dances you could do in Philadelphia, it's freilachs, I just want to say, always. Okay, so New York, Bulgars. So we're going to do a Hasidic rhythm now. So that's what we're going to do. So this is a different kind of tune. And this one is in a minor key. No, and the chord is D, except when it's F or C. And that's all you need. Okay, you got it. Okay, so this one is going to be a little different in rhythm because this is very Jewish. The Hasidim, they liked the Romanian dances, but they also had their own kinds of rhythms. So this has a lot of names, and it's very well known, this dance, and it goes like this. Yeah?
Can you take a minute to explain Hasidim?
Oh, yeah. Well, I did. I explained it to them, but I didn't explain it to you. You guys were playing. Okay, so the Hasidim kind of broke away from the mainstream Jewish community about 250 years ago. And as I told them, in the south of Europe, I'll just say by 1900 there were 3 million Hasidim in Eastern Europe. So half the Jews were Hasidim. Not as much in Lithuania, not as much in some places, but really in places like Romania and Ukraine, almost everyone was Hasidic. So the idea was that the Hasidim believed that singing and dancing was the highest form of prayer. And their Rebbe, whoever that was, their leader, was the only authority they listened to. The whole idea of this was like a populist movement. It was basically like, we don't want to hear from like Lithuanian and Polish rabbis. We just want to hear from our rabbi. And so they all had their own tunes. This is a very popular tune, a Hasidic tune. It goes like this. The words are Yabba, Baba, Boy, okay? So you notice that when I'm singing the Romanian thing, I don't do Yabba Baba Boy because that's not very Romanian. But Hi-ya Yabba Baba Baba Boy, Hi-ya Yabba Baba Baba Boy, Hi-ya Yabba Baba Baba Boy, Hi-ya Baba 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 Boy. Again, Hi-ya Baba Baba Bum Boy, Hi-ya Yabba Baba Bum Boy. Hi-ya ba 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 boy, hi-ya ba 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 boy. Yeah, I think that's the version I'm giving them, right? Isn't it? There's a lot of versions of this.
When you learn things by oral tradition,
yeah, that's
there's
what
more
it is.
than one way to do them.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
And then the problem is when you write it down, you have to do it that way.
Well, I did. I got it right. Okay. Hi-ya ba 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 boy. Hi-ya ba 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 boy. Hi-ya ba 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 boy. Hi-ya ba 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 boy. Hi-ya 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 ba 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 boy. Yeah. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yes, there's a hand. Well, yes, the Hasidim all watched Fiddler on the Roof in 1750, and that's where they got it. Absolutely. You're on to them. I mean, the funny thing is that, I mean, Sheldon Harnick, who I knew, you know, like his thing was, you know, he knew Tevye was not Hasidic. Tevye was not Hasidic. But in order to make him cool, he had to make him Hasidic. So he everything he did, hey, if I were a rich man, yeah, but there's no way he would have sung like that, but whatever. Okay. Ba 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 boy. Hi ba 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 boy. Hi ba 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 boy. Hi ba 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 boy. Hi 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 ba 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 boy. There we go. Okay.
Wait. We just need a minute up here. So yeah, first part. Yeah, so it's just. Yeah, I think that's a
Yeah, this is kind of the most common kind of Hasidic melody.
Although Mahler really.
Ya ba 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 boy, ya ba boy. You might have heard that. Ya ba 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 boy, ya ba boy. Ya ba 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 boy, ya ba 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 ba. You know, Hasidim are reaching because they're transcending earthliness, right? They're going to another place. They're rising up into a point where, you know, they're not here anymore. That's the idea. And the dancing and singing, it brings them to that point. How many of you would like to be able to do that at this moment? Okay. You know, you can get into your own world. It's like a different world that you're in. Yay. So they're also learning a new cadence that is not in Western music. Eden is teaching them that, because this is a very Hasidic sound. That sound right there. Now, the other thing about Jewish music is Hiya ba 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 yadai. Hiya ba 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 ba. When you go up, you measure ya ba 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 ba, and then ya ba 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 be ba ba. When you go down, you fall. You fall into the notes. So she's sort of teaching them to do that up there. I hear that. Okay.
Can we do it kind of slow? Like
Hiya ba 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 ba. Hiya ba 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 ba. Hiya ba 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 ba.
Let's do that again.
Okay, that's great. We're almost, we got only one more phrase to learn. And the funny thing is the music's actually right here, but don't peek. Yeah, at the concert you can have it. Okay. Yeah, one thing I've learned is if you teach by ear, you still have to give a lot of students music at the concert. The idea is for them to feel the feeling of the music before they just read the notes, because it's different than the classical music. Yes, we are. Well, we're going here. So let me play for you. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to... try. Here we go. Let me hear how that sounds.
I just want to say something. So, I don't know if any of you know. Do you know Larry Wheeler? Did any of you worked with Larry Wheeler? He's a violist. When I was growing up here, he was taught at University of Houston, a Moore School, and he was also the director of one of the youth orchestras that I played in. And he made this comment that I will never forget. At one rehearsal, he said, "Not all eighth notes were created equally," and it took me years to understand what he meant by that. And then once I got it, it blew my mind. And what Hankus just did was that it's not da 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 da. It never is.
Well, we don't have in Jewish music, right? We don't have a concept of eighth notes or 16th notes. We have yubbas. And we have yabba bubbas. And that's a whole other organizational system. So, right, it's very wrong to play ya da 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 da. It's kind of like, African music. You don't have beats that go like, da ta 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 ta. No, it's like do down go go but down. You have to do that. You have to know what the syllables are. The same thing is true with this music. So notation, Western notation can't really write it out. Hi-ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya ba 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 bye. Now maybe I'll go hi-ya ba 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 da 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 die. Hi-ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya ba 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 bye. Ba 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 ba. They're getting there. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Okay. I think they're ready for the second part.
All right.
Okay. A lot of the second part is just like the first part, so that's the nice thing. Ya ba 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 boy, ya ba 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 boy, ya ba 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 boy. Now, how many people are thinking, "Oh, that reminds me of how my grandmother used to dance," right? Anybody kind of going back like, "Oh, wow, I remember this." In Philadelphia, they have this thing that they do. They used to do at every party. It was called the Dance for the Old Men. And the dance for the old men was like this. What you did was you kind of remembered your Hasidic grandfather. And just for that one dance, all of a sudden, everyone at the wedding was a Hasid. And it sounds like, oh, that's a parody. No, it's real. It's
I have vivid memories of my grandfather dancing at my brother's bar mitzvah with a plate on his head.
There you
and
go.
we have this video, and it would show all these people, things happening in the other room, and then it would come back, and my grandfather's going like this with this plate on his head.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the second part. Ya ba 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 bye, ya ba 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 bye, ya ba 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 bye. Hi ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya ba 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 ba. We'll use that. Hi-ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Ya ba 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 ba. Hi-ya ba 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 ba. Hi-ya ba 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 ba. We'll do that cadence because it's the same as the first one. Can they get that? Let's see if they can get that second part. Hi-ya da 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 da. Now again, while they're rehearsing, I'll continue to do stand-up. So what does this remind you of in synagogue music? And, back there, we heard the word yismachu at some point. Did you say yismachu? Who said yismachu? Somebody said yismachu. Oh, you said yismachu. So what is the yismachu that you're thinking of? And give me an example. Okay, this is exactly what we're doing, what she's saying, right? Yismechu b'malechusecha shoimrei 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 Shabbos v'koirei ohoneg Shabbos. Right? That's the rhythm. So that rhythm is not even. If you're in shul and somebody's singing, I mean, you'll never hear this. You'll never hear somebody go, Yismechu b'malechu secha, shomrei, 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 Shabbos v'korei one. No, everybody naturally will go, Yismechu b'malechu secha, shomrei, 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 Shabbos v'korei oneg Shabbos. And all those rabbis who told you never to pronounce Hebrew the way that your grandfather pronounced them, all of a sudden, first of all, they're all wrong, but secondly, you will suddenly lapse into exactly how your parents or grandparents pronounce it, because you can't say Shomrei, 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 Shabbat. It sounds so stupid. No, Shomrei, 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 Shabbos b'koirei oineg Shabbos. Thank you for that. What's your name?
Diane Chef.
So let's hear it for Diane. That's great. Oh, yeah. Okay. This is why you have to have two people at a workshop. So there's other things in shul also, because in my shul, in fact, when I was a kid, we used to do this Yismechu. Yismechu b'malechu secha. Yismechu b'malechu secha. Shomrei Shabbos v'koirei ohin. I mean, for some reason, Yismechu always gets that. What's another one? I Sim Shalom, right? Sim Shalom, Sim Shalom Kula, Sim Shalom Uvracha, Sim, right? There's a lot of this. And then you sing Shalom Rav, and you should make it sound like an American folk song, okay? But this stuff brings you back a lot of generations. And that's what we call, I mean, I have to say, you know, it's like these moments in synagogue or at a party are moments where that's what you do. You connect to your ancestors. That's like, you know, anthropologists say that's true. And that's true. I mean, so if it feels like, oh my God, I feel like I'm connecting to my grandmother, that's what it's for. So that's a good thing, okay? So, so the second part, da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Take the music. Ya da 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 da, G minor. Ba da 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 da. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Now stay on the F. Ya da 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 da, G minor. Ba da 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 da. Ya. Okay, let's do that part. So your beat is going to be just like before, right? Ya ba da da da, ya ba da ba da, da di da di da 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 da. Ya ba da ba da ba da ba da. Like I did before, I'm gonna. That's it. I'm playing F. I'm playing C7. And then F. G minor. Now it's gonna be F, C minor, D. Yeah.
C.
Yeah.
Okay.
F, C minor.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's try that. Yeah, that's beautiful. Let's try that section. 1 and 2. Hi-ya da 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 da, hi-ya da 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 da, hi-ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 da, ya da da da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 da, hi-ya da 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 da. Ha da 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 da. Yeah. Hi-ya da 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 ya da da da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Again. Hi-ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 ya da da da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 ya da da da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Hi-ya ba 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 ba. Get 'em, Eden. Love that drum. Roll into that. No, just roll on. That's it. No, there we go. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Perfect. I think we got it. So what the drummer really does is plays the melody. So in other words, you need to know the melody too, as Eden said at the beginning.
He's singing it great.
Right? Hi-ya ba 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 ba-ra-dum. Ba-ram ba 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 da ba da da. Ba-ya ba 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 ba-ra-da. You know what I'm saying? That way we get into the melody. You guys are sounding good. Oh my God, let's hear it for the band.
Can I introduce the band? We've got Gavin and Isaac over here on the piano. Got Jake on the clarinet. And Jake on percussion. And we've got Cameron over here from Lanier Middle School. Is that right? Yeah. Woo!
And let's hear it for the fact that people are now naming their kids Jake again. All right.
Another question.
Yes.
Like I said, I'm from St. Louis, and I've never heard this anywhere else but St. Louis. The share, ya-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay, that's a New York share. I'm sorry. You're absolutely right. That is a share. We're going to actually, okay, so that's great. This is the only time you're going to hear that today because we're going to play a Philadelphia share. But we love that one, and we play that on all the concerts with Itzhak Perlman. Yeah, oh yeah. Well, you know, it's funny. A share, you want to kind of keep it not too fast. They play it too fast these days. It's really, because you got a lot of moves to do there. Yeah. That's great. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. Before we move on, because we're going to get boring now, we're going to do some reading just to kind of see if they can apply what they learned to a piece of music in front of them, because we're going to have them join us on more stuff. So, any questions before we go to that point? Because we got about 15 minutes more, and we're going to work on that. Yes, sir.
What did the classical cantors sing?
Well, that's a great question. So Moshe Oisher was Romanian. And Moshe Oisher sang a lot of klezmer music. I just want to tell you, a lot of what he did, you know, this is Romanian. What he did is he would sprinkle the Romanian music into his davening and into his recordings so that it was more entertaining. Because if you know anything about Moshe Oisher, he would be in the back of the synagogue eating on Yom Kippur, etc. So he was not really religious. No one in that family was. His sister, who I knew, was not either Freydel or Oisher, but they were really good at this music, at the culture, and into making it very Romanian. So that's a great question about the cantors. Now, for example, I was just on the plane, because I don't like the movies they have, I was listening to Chernobyl Hasidim davening, and I realized, like, where Moshe Oisher goes, yam ba-dum bum 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 yabadum bum bum ba da da dee dum. That's interesting. That's actually a Chernobyl Hasidic melody, which is interesting. It's like, so he takes a lot of his stuff from the Hasidim, even though he was not Hasidic, but his grandparents were. So that's a great question. And now, as far as the other cantors, that's a really wonderful question, because I'm actually teaching Nusach to rabbis at the moment. And I want to say, in Boston, and the thing is that what you realize is that a Baal Tefillah, somebody who leads the service in a so-called simple way, but they weren't all that simple, honestly. In the old days, they just have become very standardized. But the cantor, what the cantor does is simply taking that in a creative direction. So if you want to check out a really cool YouTube, I would recommend cantor Moshe Genchaf, Kabbalat Shabbat live, because one of the things that happened at a lot of Orthodox synagogues was that people would put little recording machines in their tallis bags. So we have recordings of a lot of the older cantors. We have David Kusevitsky, we have Genchaf, we have Bagley from Toronto, and his name was Bagley. That's because people brought their tallis bags and had recorders. So it's very interesting. You can actually check this out, and you'll hear how it goes from the simple to the much more complex. My favorite of all of them is Abba Weisskall. Incredible cantor, and so creative, but with the traditional material, and then takes it in a creative direction. And that's actually, by the way, why they hired me. They're like, okay, this is really boring. Can you get our rabbis to know the Nusach so they can improvise again? And I'm like, yeah, that's a good thing to get hired for. So that's what we're doing. We're trying to, with Klezmer, we did that. We got Yiddish folk song, Yiddish theater, Hasidic music, and now I get to mess with the cantors. Okay. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. Yes, and I'll give them. We can give them music. Okay, so here's an example. This is an example where it's just going to be cued. It's like you have to just follow the person doing the solo.
Let's not give them the music yet, because I think we can.
Boy, good luck. Okay, let's try it.
So this is a doina. So this is a doina. This is a doina, which is.
Well, it's not a doina.
Well,
it's a Romanian. It is a doina. Actually, it is a Romanian doina. You're absolutely right. Actually, it is. But in the Jewish, I'm just saying, the Jews took a Romanian doina and they turned it into a tune for seating the bride, where the master of ceremonies at the wedding, his job was to get the bride to cry. Exactly. And the musicians were part of that, getting the bride to cry.
So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to make
them cry. Yes, exactly. So I'll help the pianists.
So we're gonna have the music in a minute, but part of the interesting part about this, I think, as being a band member is, so I'm gonna be the lead musician here. And this particular version comes from the playing of Dave Terrace, who is one of the great klezmer clarinetists of the U.S. And so there's a few chords in this tune. So before we work through the whole tune, let's just go through the chords that we're going to be playing and have everybody find those pitches on your instruments.
So here's the thing about it is just play open fifths. Don't play any thirds. So all you have to do is play A's and D's until she goes to an F, which is... Because she's the one who puts in the color.
So the chords are, let's just start with a D, an open kind of D.
That's good. Oh my God, you sound great. And then F and C. And back to D. Okay, now that's the first 3 minutes. That's all you need there.
Right.
And now you're going to go to G minor, G.
can we just do the first part working with that? And so here's the thing. We're not going to tell you really when to change chords. The idea is that I will kind of lead you there. I want you to try to hear it, okay? So try to find it on your instrument. So, and the other thing that you can do is you can kind of copy me, you can echo me at the ends of lines. So if you hear me doing something, yeah, da 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 da, if you want to go do 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 do, exactly, you can sort of echo what I'm saying, okay? So let's just try this. So let's set up a nice D kind of drone. Nice. So we're F. So find the chord. Find the chord where I am. I'm on G minor now.
Does that remind anyone of anything in synagogue? Because that comes from the synagogue. This whole idea of what's going on.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Really, really nice. And you don't have to like play consistently the whole time. You can let it breathe. So like breathe when you need to breathe. Just kind of follow the this P2 as it grows.
I'm sorry, thank you. I need a mic. So all of those great cantors would have these many cantors in training who were all kinds of ages, and they learned to do that, exactly what this is. So you might go, Avinu Malkeinu. Everybody? Da dee da 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 da. Exactly, it's exactly that. You're hearing, in fact, phrases that are very similar to specifically Avinu Malkeinu, because that's what they would sing at weddings, because the wedding is the same as Yom Kippur, the first part of the wedding. Very serious, very somber, and they would borrow the melodies from the Yom Kippur melodies. Okay, so we got it. So the second part of it goes to ba-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da-da. D, D.
D minor.
No, D major. Just A's and D's. No,
Just D.
yeah, let her do that.
Wait, we do this
Ba,
part?
da, da.
We didn't do
Well,
that
yeah,
part?
but it's the same
Are we
as the other
skipping
part.
that? Okay.
It's
All right,
exactly
so-
the same as the Don't play the F sharp though. Just play the A's and D's. G minor, G minor. D, D, back to D. Where'd she go? C.
You can find it.
Ah, there we go. Woo. D. Yeah, you see that? And play the next part, yeah?
Yeah, and so let's just stop. That was really nice. Let's do that part again and see if you can follow me and kind of support me. So as the music gets more intense, you can choose as a band to provide more support for me, like play a little bit more, or you can back it off, and then I might follow you in that direction too, okay? So it all comes together kind of like a group. Let's do that part one more time. So again, it's gonna start off on this D. Yeah, come on. There you go.
Back to D, back to D, back to D. gorgeous.
Yeah, come on. Nice,
Yeah, it sounded like
C
Liszt.
minor.
Okay.
C. Yeah.
And now she's going to take it into a dance. Here we go.
Should we go into
Yeah,
the-
go ahead. Sure, try it. Yeah, ba 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 ba.
Just stay on D minor.
Okay, one minute. Okay.
Do you want to do this one or do you want to do yet? Da, 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 do, da.
Oh,
We
that's
go
a
into
good
that,
idea.
yeah?
Do that. Do
Let's go
that.
right into
Okay.
that,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's go back into that.
I just have to remember.
But it's the same rhythm.
It's the same
in this one too.
style of
Okay.
tune, right? You can hear that. It's very similar. So it's a
Hi-ya,
different
ba, 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 ba.
tune. We're going to go into the one we learned.
Yeah.
Okay? What a great idea. So, yeah, da, 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 da. So we'll finish up at some point. 1, 2, 3.
Woo! If you want to dance.
Yeah, there you go. Yes. Next part.
Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye.
Again.
Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye.
top.
Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, da 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 da. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye.
Second part. Here we go.
Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bye. Ya ba 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 bye. Hi-ya, ba 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 bye ba 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 bye. Ya ba 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 ba. Hey, hey, hi, ya ba 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 ba. Hi, ya ba 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 ba. Octave up. Hi, ya ba 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 ba, ya ba da ba da, ya da ba da ba da ba da ba da. Hi, ya ba 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 ba. Hi, ya ba 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 ba. Hi, ya ba 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 ba, ya ba 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 ba, ya ba 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 ba. Hi, ya ba 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 ba. Okay, so the ending, we got to teach them an ending. Yeah. Yeah, ba 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 be ba 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 bye. Yeah, bum bum. That's all we're gonna do. Hi. Well, they end like that because the musicians wanted to get paid more. So if there wasn't any money in the instrument case, they would stop the tune. My family taught me this. They'd stop the tune. They'd go. Bye, ba 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 be ba 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 bye, bum bum, and then they'd fold their arms. And the crowd knew what that meant. That you needed to put a little more tips, more tips. So yeah, if you ever see Eastern European musicians still do this, by the way. So I say, that's beautiful. So so let's try that ending. Hi, hi, ya ba 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 bye, ya ba 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 bye, yum, bum, bye. And it literally, there are words for this. It means 10 more bucks. Learned that from my Uncle Sam. Okay, yeah, this is good. So we should review the first tune so that we're ready to play it at the beginning, and then we'll go to the reception, right? This is great. So we got 3 things we can do here. Yeah. That's amazing. Okay.
Only 1 hour.
Wow. Okay. So let's try that Keshenev Bulgar again. D. We're gonna do it in D. Yeah. 1, 2. Oh no, you do it, love.
1, 2.
No. But do it with your fiddle. Yeah. Okay. And play it up the octave. Ba da 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 da. Here we go. Hi-ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da da ya 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 da da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da da. Da 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 ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Hi-ya da 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 da. Stay on the D major. Just stay there. Now A. I'm taking foot off the pedal. To do this. Okay, thank you so much. And your cantor will give a benediction.
Well, thank you so much. This was so fun to watch this all come together. So another round of applause for our amazing group. And so I want to invite you all to join us in the Oshman Multipurpose Room for a very special reception sponsored by Kenny and Ziggy's for a nosh, because we need a nosh after so much work.
Because even more than food, Ziggy loves Klezmer.
Yes. And then we'll come back here at 4 to hear it all come together for another amazing concert.
Yay. And if you have more questions that came out of this, and I see that, I bet you do, I got to eat lunch too. So I'll see you at the reception. Okay. Thank you. See you all at 4.
We are so glad you're here. Some of you learned with us in the first learning session, and so we're back for more, and some are just arriving. Thank you again to Kenny and Ziggy's for that most amazing reception. So for those I don't know, I'm Cantor Rollins Simmons. I'm the cantor here at Congregation Emmanuel. We're in our 3rd season of Music at Emmanuel, and it has been just so much fun to explore different genres of music together. And we're so grateful to have Hankus and Eden here. Just a couple of things. I wanted to make sure everybody got a program on your way in that has just a little bit of information about Hankus and Eden. I want to ask you to turn off or silence your cell phones. And I want to thank all of our Friends of Music at Emmanuel donors who make this programming possible. And if you are interested in becoming a donor, you can speak to Anna Shabtai, who's standing in the back of the room, about becoming a friend. I also want to thank Allison Hale for her help today. And then finally, I want to invite Gloria Prizant, who's my partner in helping to plan all of our Music at Emmanuel events, to share a little intro. Gloria.
Thank you, Cantor. I'd like to introduce our two guest artists to you. First, Eden McAdam Summer. Some of you may know Eden. She's a native Houstonian. Eden went to the HSPVA. She got an undergraduate degree at the Moore School of Music at the University of Houston and a graduate degree in classical performance at the Shepherd School of Music. So Eden is coming home in more ways than one today. Okay. Eden has been a featured soloist with symphony and chamber orchestras, jazz and swing bands, and Romanian, Jewish music, and American folk ensembles. Eden, where's Hankus? Eden and Hankus are the co-chairs of the Contemporary Musical Arts Department at the New England Conservatory. She's been featured with the Klezmer Conservatory Band on violin and vocals since 2013. There's more to read about Eden, and I don't want to be repetitive, so it's in your bio, in your program. Music at Emmanuel is now in our third season. It was created to discover, to learn about, and experience Jewish music. Hankus Netsky is the epitome of Jewish music, with 4 uncles and a grandfather who were Jewish wedding musicians, and a great-grandfather who was a Yiddish theater performer. Hankus Netsky has Jewish music in his blood. Many of you recall that in the 1960s and the 1970s, there was a folk music revival. Musicians were searching for their roots. In 1979, a 24-year-old Hankus Netsky began organizing student jam sessions at Boston's New England Conservatory to play this little-known Eastern European folk music known as Klezmer. The Klezmer Conservatory Band's first concert followed 1 year later in February of 1980, 45 years ago. His Klezmer Conservatory Band has been instrumental in elevating Jewish music. In 2013, the Jewish Forward named Hankus one of the 50 most influential Jews in America for his work in spearheading the resurgence of traditional Eastern European Jewish music. So you see, Hankus Netsky made klezmer music cool. Hankus and the Klezmer Conservatory Band have played at Carnegie Hall. They've toured throughout the United States, and they've played at music festivals around the world. He has collaborated with such notable artists as Joel Gray, Robin Williams, Theodore Bickel, and Itzhak Perlman. And that brings me to how Hankus came to Music at Emmanuel. So last May, I went to a concert at Jones Hall called In the Fiddler's House with Itzhak Perlman, and I'm sure some of you were also at that concert. It wasn't a traditional Houston Symphony concert with Itzhak Perlman. Instead of the Houston Symphony, Itzhak Perlman was featured with the Klezmer Conservatory Band. Hankus and Eden were there on this stage with, I think, at least 15 other musicians. I remember there was percussion, there was clarinet, saxophone, trumpet, accordion, the piano, and in the middle, playing the violin, was Itzhak Perlman. At one point in the concert, the audience got up, started dancing in the aisles. And this is Jones Hall. People in their seat were tapping their toes. Everyone had a smile on their face. There was just so much energy in the hall. It was just so much fun. So even though I was engrossed in the music, listening and just enjoying it, I also was watching the audience and thinking that, you know, Klezmer ought to be a part of music at Emmanuel. So after the concert, I met Hankus in the green room, and I told him about our Music at Emmanuel series, our Jewish music series, and he said he would love to participate. So I came home and I excitedly called Cantor Simmons, told her all about the experience, and now here we are, less than a year later, today's concert. Yeah. Yay. So, before we start the concert, and it is going to be a lot of fun, I want to give a real tremendous thank you to Dean Matthew Loden at the Shepherd School. Dean Loden has been so supportive of our wonderful partnership with Emmanuel and the Shepherd School of Music. And fun fact, I don't know if you guys know this, Dean Loden played in a klezmer band when he was early in his violin playing days, when he lived in Washington, D.C. So he knows klezmer music, and he's been so supportive of giving you all an opportunity to experience and learn about this really special klezmer music. So with that, I'm turning it over to Hankus, Eden, and the Shepherd School Klezmer Band.
That's one of the newer klezmer bands on the scene. Happened around 2:30.
So we got the first tune is that.
Yeah, there we go. That's great.
Kolobazetson is that.
Hi, everybody. So we had a wonderful, oh, that's a good idea. So we had a wonderful workshop, which many of you were here for, and it was absolutely great. And we've got some fantastic musicians here. Isaac on piano here. Isaac, big thanks to you for pulling all of the students from Shepherd School together. Really happy here. So we've got Isaac and Gavin on piano here. We've got Jake on percussion, Jake on clarinet. And then we have a Lanier Middle School student who came by, Cameron, on fiddle. So it's just a wonderful, wonderful workshop. Yeah.
It's the Kolobazetson.
And in just 1 hour, they learned 2 tunes and learned how to accompany an improvisational piece. So we're going to play those tunes together now.
Yeah.
And we taught them by ear. We taught these tunes by ear, but we decided to give them music to back up what they learned. And so that they can, oh, great. So that they have it to remember. So we're going to start off with a Bulgar, and anybody who wants to dance, you should get up. Okay. Get up and dance. I know we've got some great dancers here. I can see it. So I'll kick it off. Thank you, thank you. So the next piece we're going to do is a Kalabazetsen, which is, okay, Angus, do you want to talk about this, or you want me to talk about it? Yeah. I know you have a lot you want to say. Here. There's a mic, here's a mic. Mics everywhere.
Yeah, well, that was the Kishinev Bulgar. My family came from Kishinev, so we got to do a little shout out to Kishinev there. And you know, if you feel like dancing, as Eden said, I mean, it's a chapel, but that means it's a place to dance, right? So amazing. So we're going to continue with the Kalabazetsen. This is a song. This is a piece that would be done at a traditional Jewish wedding to seat the bride. So the bride would be seated in a throne with flowers, you know, and everybody would be around her, kind of congratulating her on the wedding while she's crying, usually. And to make her cry even more, the band would come in and they would play a very, very sad melody. And everybody would be crying in the whole place until the band decided that it was time for everyone to be happy. And then everyone would be happy until the band decided it was time to be sad again. But, so the band was usually in charge, in other words. And we're going to play one of these Kalabazetsens. We'll see if you can tell when it's supposed to be happy and when it's supposed to be sad.
Oh, yeah, so let's, just real quick, can we get a little tremolo going on a D chord just quietly with the band? Okay, and now let's move to F. And back to D. Good, and like try not to make it so even, so it's a little bit more like water. Yeah, like shimmering. Yeah, there. Good. that was great. Thank you so much to Jake, Cameron, Jake, Isaac, Gavin. Thank you for playing with us, coming to the workshop. Woo! We might bring them back later. They don't know that, but we might bring them back up later. So Hankus and I are going to go ahead and play some duo music for you now, but don't put your instruments away. I just want to say that not all classical musicians are able to do that. That's very impressive. So it was really, really wonderful to get to work with them. Oh, I don't know. Maybe C minor? Does that sound good? Wait, hang on a second. Over here.
So we are now going to do a song. This is a song by Mark Warszawski, and that's not a household word, but a lot of his songs everybody knows. Everybody knows the song Uffen Pripachik, for example. He wrote that. The Mazinka. He wrote that. He wrote so many things. The problem was he was a lawyer, not a performing musician. So he was never famous. He was even famous as a lawyer. But his songs, everybody sang. And in fact, famously, he was traveling on a train once, and nobody knew who this guy was, but he ran into Sholem Aleichem, who was a very well-known writer, Yiddish writer, and Sholem Aleichem asked him what he did, and he said, "Oh, I write these songs." And wow. And Sholem Aleichem, just without any music out of these songs, Sholem Aleichem knew all the songs already. They had spread all over Jewish Eastern Europe. So Sholem Aleichem put out a book of this guy's songs, of Mark Warszawski's songs. So we're going to do one of them right now, and it's called Az de Yontiv Dikateg, When the Holidays Come. When the Holidays Come. It's really a Passover song, but it's really about how the Jewish holidays are all about food. That's really what people look forward to. And at the end of the holiday, the song ends with a little Yiddish. The person in the song says, "Do we have anything left from the holiday?" So here we go. Az de Yontiv Dikateg.
Als die Yontiv Tag heben sich und beweisen, wer ich bei mir a Gott. Ich leg mir a weg die scheren Eisen und wie ich ob nur bei mir a Not. Aufgehört nein Arbeitssichen, harte dicke Tata. We can switch keys, that's fine. Also, while we stopped, Zach and Max, who are phenomenal sound folks, can you take the piano out of the my monitor? I think you're here. I think you hear me. Yes, thank you. Awesome. I think it's F minor. It's fine. Sure, let's try F minor. All right, we'll try this. As die Yontiv Dikateg. Oh, sure, it's great. Heben sich und beweisen, wer ich bei mir a Gott. Ich leg mir a weg und scheren Eisen und ich hab nur bei mir a Not. Aufgehört neuen Arbeitssichen Handtücher zu versichern ist besser wie legen a Latte. You can sing here. Ja, ba 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 ba, ja da 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 da, ja da ba da ya da da da. I'll sing that again. Join in with me. Ja ba 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 da da da, ja ba ba da da, ja da 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 da. Als die hand heeft die geteeg, heben zich rond naar het gehen. Ei harte dicke Tate is wieder Schnee, wieder Nein und wieder lange Latte. Oi, wieder zieht sich das alte Leben, ist nimm bei Herzen reißen. Herze leben, sie hast du nicht zu verweisen. Ai, ja, ba, bye, ba, 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 bye, 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 ba, 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 bye, da, 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 ja, da, da, ja, ba, bye, ba, 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 bye, ja, da, 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 ja, da, ba, da, da, da. We're gonna sing it 2 more times. Ai, 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 ja, da, 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 ja, ba, 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 da, ja, da, da, da. Ba da 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 ya da 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 ya ba 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 da 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 ya da 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 da.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're going to have a lot more chances to do something just like that, so just be ready when we call on you. We're going to go to a couple traditional songs from Belarus, right? Belarus?
Yeah.
And this is about the town musicians in Belarus, and it's about what a wedding was like and what the musicians were like. What do they say about these musicians here?
Well, this is in a very small town, and the best musician everybody knows is Mendel the Barber. And you cannot have any event without Mendel the Barber coming and bringing his band. He's a good band leader. He makes everybody dance, but his kids play and dance, and he's very critical of them, as you will hear in this song. So everybody is saying, Mendel can cheer up anyone. You can't have a wedding or a dance without him. And then he kind of yells at his kids, like, stop stamping your feet. Follow me. Why aren't you paying attention? But there's a wedding today, so we have to have music, and everybody's going to dance.
And we're going to follow this with a Russian share from also from Belarus, and this is the one that my family played in Philadelphia. So.
And I would like to dedicate this to Janice, who's here, Janice Rubin.
Janice
Who
Rubin.
I grew up. She's one of my mentors, and to the memory of Greg Harbour and the Gypsies, who were sort of my family, my musical family growing up here in town. I wouldn't be the musician I am today without them. I'm sure many of you knew those folks. Phenomenal musicians, and I'm so grateful to them all the time. Yeah.
Okay.
2, 3, 4. Фестивальская местечко возле что-то по-бройск. Много музыкантов von der Städtele Ройс. Скажет вам любой еврей, что капеллою своей славит я Мендел Паремахер. Скажет вам любой еврей, что капеллою своей славит я Мендел Паремахер. Всех разведали цуны, это Менделев спевак. Без него нельзя жениться, не сплясать никак. Ай, заиграет, запоет, в пляс спускается народ. Jedna ахасана сегодня. Ахасана сегодня. Ай, танцен jeden, танцен Weiber, пляшет весь народ. Своим детям музыкантам Мендел темп дает. Рызл, настучи ногой, фрумула, следи за мной, лейка, какая ты дубина. Лейка, какая ты дубина. Chossen Kalle schreien, Mazel Tov! Musik gekritschat lechaim, Mendel bots darauf. Ay, zakru Jill Sacharavod, Mendel jar de podayot, Aiden, achas van Essevonia. Yay, ay, na da 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 in achas van Essevonia. Hey! Nice dancing. Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're going to stay with the klezmer repertoire, and we're going to we're going to also stay at the wedding here, but this is for the end of the wedding. At the end of the wedding, the wedding party takes to the streets and goes to the home of the next relative. Oh, I like that, to the next bride. That would be cool. But no, they actually follow the same family to the next place where the party is going to be. So the parties last 7 days in the traditional Jewish wedding, and that is a lot of good work for musicians. And this is called Firin de Mechatuna Mahim. It's a song about escorting the in-laws through the streets, not as Itzhak Perlman likes to say in his concerts, not sending your in-laws home, but going with them to the next party. It's by the great Naftali Brandwein, who is one of the best of the traditional klezmer clarinetists. There we go. All right. So feature Eden on this one.
Eden McAdam Somer.
Wheels? Okay.
We're going to the County Klez.
a beautiful song from the Yiddish theater. Our own version of a love song called by Ilya Trilling, great Ilya Trilling, and written in Philadelphia, by the way, called Mein Teire,
Mein Teire, my darling.
my darling.
Mein Teire, hab dich lieb. Mit der Liebe geht Licht rein. Von mein Herz, der klär ich dir. Heilig schwör ich dir, soll die ganze Welt sein. Mein Leben hat aufgescheint, in mit Levone scheint der Pracht. In Chaloim ist glücklicher, während wirklicher die hast Fried mir gebracht. Ich darf nicht kein Aschires, was teug mir Reichtum Geld. In Norden mit kleine Tires, nur dort herrscht das Glück von der Welt. Mein Teire, hab dich lieb, jeden Tag von jeder Schuh. In kein äußeres größere, Frieden bessere ist fallend nicht du. Da da ja da 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 da. Ich darf nicht kein Aschires, wo steig mir Reichtum Geld. In Ure mir klein mit dir nur dort hast du's Glück von der jeden Tag von jeder Schuh in kein neues größere Frieden bessere ist für uns nicht Schönen Dank.
Want to do Reb Shlomo, or you want to do? Yeah. Sonetchka. Want to do Sonetchka? Okay. Okay, Sonetchka.
We're shaking things up.
Oh yeah. Another song from the Yiddish theater. This is by Joseph Rumshinsky. Although we don't know if he'd recognize it the way we're playing it. It's kind of Rumshinsky and Miles Davis got together on this one. do it, man. That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that. So, we want to call the people from
Surprise.
Rice back up. This time, not
It's
to
like a game
play,
show.
but to help lead the audience if they are challenged saying "yubba bubba bum."
Yeah, we practiced that a lot in the workshop. So come on back up. Bring your instruments just in case. It can't hurt, right?
Just in case you.
Yeah, bring them on up. Yeah. Woo! It's like a.
Yeah. Maybe take the tambourine.
All right. There you go.
Yeah. You guys can share the tambourine.
So this is a really wonderful song. I love this song.
You can play the snare, Yeah, you could probably play the bass.
It's all about how no matter what you love, if you're Jewish, there's nothing like a Yiddish song, a good Yiddish song.
It's very obvious.
Fein da binnen die Opera gewein. Pagliacci hab ich dort gehört und gewein. Willst du wissen von mir? Das ist mein Gedenk. Wie ist mir gefallen, die schöne Gesang. Ist die Opera mit der Musik ist reich. Die schöne Gesang ist gefällt mir gleich. Aber ich alles sieht, bank sie a bissl. Für das, was geht mir in Herzen a Kissel. Wollt ihr wissen, was ich mein? Nur hört sich sie, wird ihr mir bald verstehen. Ich hab lieb a jiddische Liederle. Get ready to sing. A hartzig schöne chassidische Liederle. Make them ya ba 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 boy. Here it is. Ya ba 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 boy. Ya ba 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 boy. Ba ba. So let's just sis the loop here for a second. Hang on a second. For a D. A C. All right. of you, and all of you can sing this part. It's just yabba ba boy. Let me hear yabba ba ba boy. Oh wait, I know what I'm doing wrong. Hang on, I forgot something. I am now the sheriff of Yiddish Town, right? Yeah? All right, everybody, you're gonna sing with me. Here we go. We're gonna just try the yabba ba ba ba. Mit dem yabba ba ba boy, yabba ba ba boy, yabba ba 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 boy, ba ba. Sing it with me. Mit dem yabba ba ba boy, yabba ba ba boy, yabba ba 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 boy, ba ba. Good, that's great. It helps if you gesture with your hands. All right. So we're gonna sing this part again. And I'm going to talk all about how it's great to sing a Yiddish song. Ich habe lieb a Yiddish Liedele, a hartzig, schön Chassidisch Liedele. Here we go. Mit dem Yabba ba ba ba. Come on, Yabba ba ba ba. Yabba ba 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 ba. Very good. Wie es macht sich nur a Liedele, a party. Sitzt sich gleich, das Liedele. Here we go. Mit dem Yabba ba ba ba. Kommer verder, immer dich sein werden, jontiv dich wie Nord, het a Jiddisch Krieg, here we go, a Jiddisch, a Jiddisch Liedele, a sich schön, a Jiddisch Liedele, here we go, mit dem Yabba ba ba ba, Yabba ba ba ba, Yabba ba 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 ba, one more time, a Jiddisch Liedele, a sich schön, a Jiddisch Liedele.
All right, let's hear it for the band.
Let's hear it for the band one more time. Isaac, Gavin, Jake, Cameron, Jake. Woo!
Constance? We have enjoyed this so much. My God. And I'm talking to my phone. That's why.
Thank you. Thanks for doing that. That was so much fun.
Thank you. You know? Oh my God. Okay, so we want to very much thank, of course, Music and Emmanuel, and especially, of course, Gloria Prezant. Amazing. Thank you so much for bringing
Gloria.
us down here.
And thanks to Isaac for getting the Shepherd School students together. Really, really, thank you for doing that. So appreciate that. And to our phenomenal sound crew today, we are really, really grateful to Troy,
Max and Zach.
Thank you
right.
so much.
Yeah. And let's not forget that amazing food at the reception. The one and only Ziggy. Wow. So here we go, yeah. So this is another, we went to Ireland with a little bit of a Yiddish song before, a little bit of a klezmer tune. Now we're gonna, where are we going here? We're going to the Appalachian Mountains.
Abyssal Appalachia.
A little Appalachia.
Yeah, Abyssal Appalachia.
And this is where old Joe Clark meets Ruth Rubin, right? This is Tance Tance. So here we go. This is
such a great party. Everybody's dancing.
Yeah.
It's such a good that the food is burning. Nobody cares because everybody's on the dance floor.
So once again, let's hear it for Eden McAdam Somer.
And Hank Snetsky.
Thank you. This is our last song, but thank you so much. Go with us to this wedding. And if you feel like dancing, well, we're not going to stop.
Hat sich sich mir der Sipp zu sippen, hat sich mir zerbrochen, hat sich mir der Schiss zerrissen, hat sich in die heile Sachen. Tanz, tanz an gegen mir und ich an gegen dir. Die was nimm ne Mädchen und ich will nimm dich schnell. Zerbrochen ist der Look schon tap verbrennt der nach Hit. Tanzen die macht den ist die Kalle in der Mitte. Tanz, tanz an gegen mir und ich an gegen dir. Die was nimm ne Mädchen und ich will nimm dich schnell. Zaden Kalis tat die ganz am Besprache. Tanzen auf der Gassen in Maseln in Brache. Tanz, tanz an gegen mir und ich an gegen dir. Bevis nimm den Mädchen und ich will nimm den Schnee. Tanz, tanz an gegen mir und ich an gegen dir. Bevis nimm den Mädchen und ich will nimm den Schnee.
Vicky, we actually do not have to continue.
Yeah. Okay, all right, we're going to do one more. Will you sing along on this one? This is Tumbalalaika, which I think many of you will know. This is a riddle song. It's about a young man staying up, watching all the girls go by, and he's trying to decide which one he's going to marry, and he decides he's going to ask them some questions, and if they answer the questions right, that's the girl he's going to marry. So here we go. Steht der Bucher und Tracht, a ganze Nacht. Wem zu nehmen und nicht verschämen, wem zu nehmen und nicht verschämen. You can sing here, Tumbala, Tumbala, Tumbala like, Tumbala, Tumbala, Tumbala like, Tumbala like, Spielballa like, Tumbala like, freilich soll sein. Mädel, Mädel, ich will bei dir fragen, was kann wachsen ohne Regen? Was kann brennen und aufhören? Was kann bänken, weinen und trägen? Tumbala, Tumbala, Tumbala like, Tumbala, Tumbala, Tumbala like, Tumbala like, Spielballa like, Tumbala like, freilich soll sein. Narische Bucher, was dort zu fragen? A Stein kann wachsen ohne Regen. Liebe kann brennen und nicht aufhören. A Herz kann bänken, weinen und tragen. Tumbala, 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 like, Tumbala, 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 like, Tumbala, like, Spielballa, like, Tumbala, like, freilich soll sein, Tumbala, Tumbala.